What comes to your head when you see this symbol, or when you hear the phrase, just do it? If you don't say Nike, then you surely must have been living under a proverbial rock for the past few decades. Founded by Phil Knight and Bill Bowerman in 1964, Nike is the world's biggest shoemaking company. The combination of an athletics coach needing better shoes for his athletes and the business plan of a business college student brought about a company that is now a global leader in not just shoemaking, but pop culture and fashion in general. With a market capitalization value over 4 times that of its closest competitors, Nike is undisputedly the most valuable sports company in the world. In this video, we're going to show you 10 crazy things that you need to know about Nike. We're OnlyBrands, the channel dedicated to bringing you awesome regular content on the world's hottest brands. Let's do this. Number 1. Most people pronounce the name wrong. At a first glance, the pronunciation of the name seems pretty intuitive and straightforward. Many people say it just like they would pronounce like or Mike. If you belong to this category, then I hate to break it to you, but you've been pronouncing it wrong this entire time. How is it pronounced then? Well, the proper pronunciation is in fact Nike. That's no problem. You're welcome. Want to know where the name came from? Keep watching and you'll find out. Number 2. A serial killer inspired the famous Nike slogan. The phrase "just do it" is a cultural phenomenon in itself and is recognized all over the world. From memes to inspirational videos, it's a slogan you probably encounter regularly without even giving it a second thought anymore. But what inspired it exactly? The famous tagline comes from the last words of a serial killer and armed robber, Gary Gilmore, who was sentenced to death by execution in 1976. His last words to the executioners were reportedly, "Let's do it." Dan Wieden, who worked with the advertising agency in Nike client Wieden and Kentucky, coined the phrase in 1987 to accompany Nike's first major television campaign. Number 3. The Nike logo only cost $35. The Nike logo is another iconic symbol of the brand. Anywhere you see a check-like swoosh mark, whether it's the official logo or not, it's only natural now to instinctively think of Nike. Interestingly, co-founder Phil Knight didn't like the logo when he first saw it and only allowed it as he believed it could grow on him. It's really impossible to imagine the brand with any other logo now. Also, you'll be shocked to learn that this design only set the company back a grand total of $35. Quite the steal if you ask us. Carolyn Davidson, who was a student graphic designer at the time, designed the logo in 1971 after being hired by Phil Knight, who just so happened to be teaching accounting classes at the same university. While she originally only got $35 for the logo, she later got 500 Nike stocks in 1983 as further compensation, which still hasn't actually sold. At the time, they were worth only $150, but now they are worth well over $700,000. So it's safe to say that she definitely got her pay in full. Oh, and by the way, a lot of hard work and care goes into these videos, so if you could help us out and click that subscribe button, we would greatly appreciate it. Number 4. The Nike Town Megastore. Nike products are sold in over 160 countries worldwide, with over 44,000 employees on their payroll. Their largest store is a 55,000 square feet, 5-story complex in Soho, New York. Ever wondered what a dreamland filled with shoes would look like? Well, the Nike Town store is your best shot at seeing one. The first floor sells ladies' shoe wear and sports apparel, and also features a cool little treadmill section which helps interested customers try out shoes in various simulated conditions. Have you ever thought about designing your very own custom shoe exactly how you'd want it? Well, now you can. One of the floors in Nike Town features a digital sneaker customization bar where you can make a custom sneaker with your very own specifications. For the basketball fans out there, the top floor is host to a mini basketball court where you can take your potential new shoes for a spin before you buy. There's also a mini soccer court too that serves the same purpose. So no matter what your sport of choice is, Nike Town's got you covered. Number 5. Nike originally had a different name. When the company started in 1964, its initial name was Blue Ribbon Sports, not Nike. A little bit plain and formal, right? It wasn't until 1971 that the company rebranded and decided to change both its name and logo. We know the story of the logo now, but how did the name Nike come to be? Co-founder Phil Knight actually had a very different name in mind originally. He wanted to call the company Dimension 6. Thankfully, his employees talked him out of this as they found the name, quote, hysterical, and the idea was soon forgotten. We have to say that we agree with the employees on that one. The name Dimension 6 is incredibly corny and sounds more like a graphics card manufacturer than a sporting brand. The Nike name was actually suggested by Jeff Johnson, Phil's first full-time employee. Jeff said that the idea came to him in a dream and is apparently the name of the Greek goddess of victory. Now, let's talk about the other heroic actions of Mr. Johnson. Number 6. Nike's first employee outperformed the founder. When Phil Knight received his first shipment of Nike shoes, which was still Blue Ribbon at the time, all the way from Japan, he went to various track events to try and promote his products. He would talk to as many different trainers, athletes, and fans as he could about his shoes to try and spread the word. Though his business strategies were sound, Phil just wasn't a natural salesman and couldn't shift the number of units necessary to grow the company at the desired pace. Enter Jeff Johnson, the sidekick in shining armor. Johnson's selling strategy was similar to Knight's, but he was much better at it. He would go to track meets and chat with high school coaches and athletes in the same way that Phil did, but when it came to building relationships with customers, Johnson was just unbeatable, and in 10 months sold a staggering 3,250 pairs of shoes. After selling shoes to a client, Jeff always ensured that he would get an index card for them, which included their shoe size, preferred type of shoe, contact details, and other relevant information. He'd keep writing to all of these clients and even take shoes back for repairs later down the line. Jeff became close pen pals with the majority of his clientele and ended up generating more sales from them as a result. His selling strategy and execution was brilliant and massively helped Phil establish the company in the early years. That was an especially juicy fact, right? I think that one definitely deserves a thumbs up. Number 7. Robotic laces are now a thing. Imagine having a shoe that could adjust its lacing according to your foot size. Sounds like some proper sci-fi stuff, huh? Well, in 2019, Nike made this a reality. The Nike Adept BB shoes have a digital lacing system and Bluetooth system that helps to adjust the lacing on your shoes to fit your foot. You can also customize the lacing system with a mobile app and activate it through the use of voice commands, as well as having configurable lights on the lace engine's exterior. With this, you don't ever have to worry about tripping over your shoelaces and falling in front of your crush again. Yeah, we've all had that embarrassing moment. Number 8. The solid gold Nike shoes. Besides sports stars, Nike have also collaborated with music superstars like Kanye West and Drake. In their collaboration with Drake, they released 2 lines of shoes, the OVO Air Jordans 10s and 12s. The world-renowned rapper gave away a pair of both shoes at a basketball game, which went on to sell for well over $120,000. In addition, Drake also had his own special pair that can't be worn. But why not? Because each of these shoes weighs a whopping 50 pounds and are made of solid 24-karat gold. This particular pair was made by mixed media artist Matt Senna and, although not wearable, are a true work of sculptural art. The golden shoes are part of a set which comprises 13 variations of the iconic shoe, which also include a pair of $4,000 bronze Air Jordans. The artist claims the collection is a study aimed at emphasizing the importance of becoming educated on everything we think about, make, and appreciate. Number 9. Adidas's missed opportunity made Nike a fortune. In 1984, a new kid on the block was tipped as one of the top selects for that year's draft. The kid was Michael Jordan. Due to his widely acclaimed talent, he had the option of signing with either Nike, Adidas, or Converse. Jordan originally wanted to sign with Adidas. However, the company's executives decided not to because they thought he was too short. Talk about the miss of a lifetime. Jordan went on to sign with Nike, and the rest became history, resulting in numerous legendary sneaker models and earning both sides huge amounts of money in the process. Number 10. Nike is a double Emmy award winner. Besides raking in billions in revenue, Nike also has multiple awards for its artistic achievements. The brand has won 2 Emmy awards for its commercials in 1999 and 2008. The 1999 commercial was named The Morning After and was directed by Spike Jonze, who has also worked on such famous movies as Being John Malkovich, Her, and the Jackass films. The ad was a parody of the hysteria behind Y2K and showed a runner going for a morning jog despite the world around him getting destroyed. Who says that all commercials have to be dumb and annoying, eh? Thanks for sticking around. We hope you enjoyed the video, but why stop now? Click these videos here for more awesome content.